What if I could show you that your personal struggle to get healthy, to eat well, goes back to the very beginning of time? I'm talking like Adam and Eve type of stuff. So we have Adam, his wife, Eve. We have God, of course. We have the serpent, who is the enemy. And we have the amazing, beautiful Garden of Eden with one tree in the center that they are not supposed to eat the fruit from. In Genesis 3:3, it says, it's only the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden that we are not allowed to eat. God said, you must not eat it or even touch it. If you do, you will die. So, of course, we know that the serpent, the enemy, is very, very cunning. So he goes to Eve and he's like, are you sure that this is what he said? Are you sure? Right? It says in Genesis 3:1, did God really say you must not eat the fruit from any of the trees in the garden? ? And then when she says, well, yes, absolutely. He said that we will die. 4, it says, you won't die! ! The serpent replied to the woman, because God knows that your eyes will be opened as soon as you eat it, and you will be like God, knowing both good and evil. So the woman is convinced, and she takes the fruit. Her sin is listening and being deceived by the serpent. And then, of course, Adam then takes a bite of it. His sin then is listening to his wife. Now, I'm not going to get into the sidebars of the conversation of all of that. I want you to dig a little bit deeper. Sin, temptation, has a beautiful way of representing itself as you are going to get something from it. It's going to benefit you in some way. That's exactly what the serpent did here to Eve. He said, you will get these things. Not only will you get the fruit, but God knows that your eyes will be opened. As soon as you eat it, you will be like God, knowing both good and evil. Here, they loved God, right? To be able to, what could they get from doing this? The enemy deceived them. So, of course, if the serpent wasn't who the serpent is and was completely honest with the actual cost, the true cost of what would happen when they touched the tree, they ate the fruit, she shared the fruit, she absolutely would have made a completely different decision. But that's not what happened. If you knew the true cost of not being healthy, not feeding your body appropriately, not moving the machine that he intended for you to move, wherever you are on your journey, whether you're just getting started or you're more seasoned, you can be the healthiest version of yourself regardless. And we all kind of have a baseline of where we need to get started, but it doesn't look the same for everybody, because your journey with having God in the center of your personal, God-centered, healthy lifestyle is just that. It is your journey, right? So our starting spots are different, our finishing spots are different. But if you could recognize what that meal would do to you, what numerous meals do to you, what years of eating in a surplus, or eating excessive sugars, or not drinking enough water, or not moving our bodies, what it could actually do for you, you would certainly make a different decision. If I could take you where you are and drop you into so many years down the road, and you could feel your body either by making good decisions or by making not so good decisions, your perspective may be a little bit different. So it goes back to the very beginning of time, original sin. Since the serpent went ahead and he deceived her, the very first thing, he is cunning. He's also incredibly patient. The enemy works in the shadows. And where the war is long, there are daily battles, and you can do anything. So wherever you are, start to work to get God in the center of your healthy lifestyle journey. If I can help you, check out Battlefield for Health, God-centered, self-control for the God-centered life. I think I might need some more coffee. You can find it on Amazon or the bodybuildingpotter.com. This is not a health and nutrition book. This is a surrender book. But when God's in the center, all of this crap that the world teaches us, all these temptations of the newest fad, this is the way we're supposed to eat, this is the newest whatever. It's constant, right? And the bar is constantly moving. This doesn't move. It doesn't move. It's a living, breathing book. Living and breathing, it doesn't move. It is your baseline. So you have to unlearn all the junk that the world taught you to relearn and dig your foundation with God in the center. It is a guaranteed win. But little perspective for today, all the way back to Genesis.